Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, this reading is going to be on Judge Merchan, Donald Trump, New York criminal trial judge. And as an extra added bonus, he's going to be the Steve Bannon criminal trial judge. So we get to hear from Judge Merchan a lot. I want to find out what the energy is like around Judge Merchan as we head up to this case, which is going to start on April 15th, Monday. It's now Friday, April 12th, a little after 7 o'clock in the Pacific Daylight Savings Time Zone. What's the energy around Judge Merchan as we go into the weekend before this criminal trial involving Donald Trump? Two of Cups. He is going to be overseeing what is going to be a trial about two women who were involved in relationships with Donald Trump, one willing, one not willing, and its impact on the election and the campaign and the finance fraud that went around it. I think he's going to try and be a fair judge to both sides, but this judge is a lion. Don't mess with him because as you got the twisted snakes here, which is similar to the medical sign, he will send you to a doctor and give you the medicine that you need if you step out of line. No poison cups here. Crossed with the Wheel of Fortune. This case is going forward no matter how many pleas for delays. Donald Trump is already 0 for 3. This case is going forward and is a case of significance. This is a big life path moment for Judge Merchan, and it's not lost on him. Underneath it all is the Knight of Wands. This case is going to proceed methodically, and he's going to see it all the way through. There's not going to be any recusals. There's not going to be any delays. You're not going to be firing your lawyers or anything along those lines, feigning illnesses or anything like that. This ball is rolling. We've got witnesses here. We've got court dates. We've got everything going on. And he's going to rule with a stick, a big stick. This case is going forward. In the past, you have the Four of Cups. Judge Merchan tends to be, again, what I get from here is he's a very no-nonsense kind of guy. He likes things, running like clockwork. And there have been unnecessary delays, gag orders, all sorts of things. Because the client, the defendant in the form of Donald Trump, is just a chaos agent. And he's not liking the fact that this case got delayed because of last-minute appeals and shenanigans and things along those lines. With that big document dump from the New York and from Southern District of New York, he's not happy that those documents came late. But when Todd Blanche asked for like a 3-month delay, he's like, you're a prosecutor. You knew those documents were available. Why are you bringing this up in March when you could have brought it up in January? That it's that kind of do not mess with me. He's one of those dangerous judges who not only knows the judge part of it, but he also knows the prosecutors. And he knows what their systems are like, so he can't be bamboozled by lame excuses. It's like having the boss that did your job before you did it type of thing. And if you're on a vacation, your boss could step down and do all the work and it would be flawless and on time. Not that you're not needed, but if you try to, pull the wool over their eyes, I didn't get this report done because X, Y, and Z, they're going to look at you kind of cockeyed like, I didn't hear you right? You didn't really just say that. I've done this job. I know what this entails. I know how long this takes. Why is it taking you that much longer? Then you find out that, you've been playing Minesweeper on the computer for hours on it or something. He doesn't like the excuses that delay things is where I'm going at with this. Current situation is the Knight of Wands. Here we go. He's waiting for this case to come. He knows he knows that it's coming. He also knows it's going to be appealed. So he's going to have, he needs to make sure he's ruling fairly. But again, he's the type that wants to keep this moving. The overarching energy is the Seven of Coins. It's a case about money, business documents, with implications for the presidential election. Again, this is not a small case. He is not a bit player in the game we call life. He is a major player in the game we call life. And this is one of his, if not his biggest major moment coming up. So he's going to have to look at the evidence and decide what evidence is getting in, what evidence is not getting in. He's going to oversee the jury selection, and I guess that's kind of it. You've got two things left. You've got jury selections up the case, and then the jury ruling on the punishment after the jury makes their decision. Lesson to be learned is the Fool. This is this is stuff that's never been done before. Now, a former president up on criminal charges. He's not going to put up with foolishness. Oh, no. Again, do not play a fool in my court. I will put you in your place type of vibe with this guy. This guy right here will not tolerate foolishness. But it's also an unprecedented case. And he's going to be the one ruling on it, so he has to make sure that he rules fairly and within the confines of the law. Out comes the Chariot. Yeah, this case is going forward. He's ready for it. He's ready to meet the moment. Absolutely ready to meet the moment. And there will be no delays on this case. Monday through Friday, Wednesdays off. You will be in attendance. Let's see. If there are shenanigans going on in the courtroom, how is he going to handle Donald Trump if Donald Trump starts doing shenanigans? I guess that's the way to put it. I think it was Susan Lin that was predicting that Donald Trump was going to do something crazy on Friday or on the weekend or even during the trial. I think she was seeing something along those lines. We made it to Friday, and according to the news, when I look up Trump news, nothing crazy has happened yet, other than he's putting out. Midas Touch had like things where he's talking about the campaign against him being BS, and he actually said the whole word, and that people who like windmills are voting against him or something like that. Oh, good Lord. But y'all want him to be president. Gotcha. Whale killing windmills. Okay, how's he going to put shenanigans? Focus, David. Focus here. I was about to do a whale imitation, but it was going to be a humpback whale. I don't know if those are the whales being killed by windmills. Oh, there you go. So how's he going to handle this? Is what he's worried about. He's worried about foolishness. He pities the fool he's going to go all Mr. T on him. He's going to pity the fool that tries to act out in his court. You get like one chance. And he's already put a warning across Todd Blanche's bow that he's not going to put up with ridiculousness. Eight of Cups. So, walk away from your emotions. Be calm. Empress. I do think he's going to rule fairly on stuff. But it's almost... It's going to be like that fair teacher. You're not going to get... there might be some foolishness over here, but you don't want to. This guy's going to take care of the lawyers, and he's going to take care of everybody in the courtroom. Everybody's going to get taken care of. Oh well, this Empress could also be, you've got stuff where Trump is attacking his daughter and his family type of thing, and that's stuff he's not going to put up with. It's new, and he's not going to put up with that. Just saying. The underneath this, like, I think this is also a warning to Todd Blanche. I don't think you have to give this warning to Alvin Bragg, but to Todd Blanche, you are now the mother. You need to take care of your client, and you need to keep your unruly child in line, or we were going to put your child in a timeout. I've been wanting to come back to this card because it's like I get the timeout card. Because one of the things with this is Trump is going to be required to be at court because it's a criminal trial. His butt's going to have to be there. And he's going to want to be out on the campaign trail. So El Dumbo here might decide that, if I act out, maybe the judge will dismiss me and I can go out and go on the campaign trail. I don't think he understands that that's not how that works. Trump doesn't go to criminal trial very much. I think what would happen would be similar to, and I cannot remember the defendant's name now. Oh, good Lord. I would be scared to look it up, and I don't want to, when I'm lazy, I'll just say, oh yeah, just throw it in the comments. And that's two reasons. One, then I don't have to look up the information. The cat is here. The cat is in the house. Perhaps you could see his floofy tail. The other part is, it's just one of those cheap, cheesy ways to get people to leave comments. So like the other day I had mentioned, what was it? Something I didn't want to look up. So they'll leave it in the comments. And a bunch of people left comments. And then I had one person say, well, I'm going to turn off the psychic. That doesn't even know what that means. Oh, it was the DEI. It's like, yeah, I could look it up, but it's like, I don't know what it was. I didn't off the top of my head. I'm in the middle of a reading. It's like, there's some blurb on a Twitter thing on here. I didn't do the research on it because it wasn't that important. It's like, well, I'll do that cheesy. Oh, tell me what you think in the comments about DEI. Somebody gets all aggro. Come on, man. I could be lazy too. I am totally lost my train of thought here because I've got a cat. Come on, say hello to everybody. Meow, 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 meow. Say hello. Yes. I have a cat that has now inserted himself in my reading, and I need to go figure out, I don't even remember what it was I was asking y'all to do. All right. Don't you purr at me. You need to go. This is a long reading. I can't do cats. Hang on for a second. I'm going to remove the cat. Just to show you I'm not lazy, it was Daryl Brooks. Daryl Brooks was just constantly interrupting the judge and everything, and he got basically removed from court and put into another room where he could watch on Zoom. And if he started acting out, he could be muted until he started behaving again. That's the type of thing that will happen to Trump if Trump starts acting out. That's where I was going with this. Oh, and in case if you're wondering how I got rid of the cat, there's a video I have of a cat meowing, and I play it on a Bluetooth speaker downstairs. And when Nico hears that, he gets all agitated and runs downstairs to find out where this new friend came from. It doesn't work as well as it used to, but it used to work really, really well. Now he just hears that my phone's connecting to the Bluetooth downstairs, and then he goes running down there to see where the cat is because he knows those two things are linked. He's not a dumb cat. Okay, so behave yourself or you will be kicked out of court. I am not your mother. Your lawyer's your mother in this case. Oh, look, he's got the same thing that Mr. Blanche is trying to do. In the past, you got the Two of Pentacles. How is it again? How is the judge looking at this case? He has part of his was decision whether he was going to allow it to be tried as a felony or a misdemeanor. He's probably thought about that. He's going to have to weigh evidence, what's allowed in and what's not allowed in, and again, what's going to be appealable. Plus, he's had the benefit of seeing Donald Trump in other court cases, specifically the second E. Jean Carroll case. And he now knows exactly how Trump acts, as well as how he acts when he has a gag order put on him or doesn't have a gag order put on him. So kind of what this card is, this judge knows how to learn from others' mistakes or others' experiences, and he could put those into play. Strong judge. Speak when you're spoken to, answer the questions. If Trump were called as a witness, and Lord knows you better not do that. But apparently, according to Stephanie Grisham, I think that's her last name, Melania wants Trump to testify to put an end to all this. Regardless, answer the questions. No, I don't want to waste people's time with you not answering questions. And if you're going to mouth off, you're going to get some medicine type of thing. Don't mess with this judge. He'll be strong and fair, but he's not going to fool around. Different vibe than Fani Willis, but just as much don't mess around. It's just a different parenting technique there. Overarching energy is the Knight of Swords. To me, he's already had to rush to the defense of his family and to other people's stuff. I think this just means that for the nonsense, he's going to deal with it swiftly. This case is actually, the other thing, I think this case is going to move quickly. Because he's kind of going to be like, get to the point. Get to the point. He's not going to tolerate long-winded pontificating answers. Answer the question. If it's a yes-no question, it shouldn't take you 5 minutes to answer it. You're not answering it with a paragraph or an essay. You're going to answer yes or no. So expect that he is going to rule on things quickly. The lesson to be learned from all this is the Lover's card. The relationships. This is going to be a fair trial. And it's going to be a trial about, Trump and the women that he was with and the money that was paid and the relationship that it was to the election. I think that he's taking care of people. He's taking care of the folks in the court. He's taking care of the witnesses. Everybody's going to be taken care of. Everybody's needs are going to get met. Just like this one. Everybody's needs are going to get met. He's a fair judge. Doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man. Doesn't even matter if you're the snake on the apple tree. Y'all get your day. Outcome is the Death card. He's going to bring this thing to a close. He's probably been. I know he's been asked to recuse. He's not recusing. We're going to start this trial and we're going to bring it to its conclusion. That doesn't mean that it's not going to be appealed. I assure you that Trump will appeal this. He just needs to make sure he's done everything on his end to ensure that when the appeal happens, that they are not overturning it on any mistakes Judge Merchan makes. Okay. I think, you know what? I think I'm going to leave it there. There's not much more. I mean, things I'm concerned. It's like, what does Judge Merchan think of Donald Trump? But it's like, you know what? He's supposed to be a judge. He's supposed to be impartial, and I don't want to read on what his partiality as a human being might be like. Because, forgive how this sounds, I'm not interested in him as a human being. I'm interested in him as the judge in the Donald Trump trial, and in that regard, I want this to be a fair trial. I want it to be a balanced trial because I don't want things thrown out because, I don't want an Eileen Cannon anti-Eileen Cannon type judge on this, because while you'll get the conviction, it could be overturned because of judicial bias or something like that. So I really don't want to read on that one. I just hope that he and his family and the folks in the court and the jury are all okay when this is all said and done. And I hope that, however this case turns out, that it is ruled fairly and legally within the confines of the law, and that any appeals are unsuccessful because of any type of judicial mistakes or something along those lines. That's where I want to leave it. Thank you for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you for your likes, shares, comments, everything you do to feed the YouTube algorithm so my video makes it out to a wider audience. To folks discovering this channel recently or for the first time, welcome to the channel. I'm glad you found us. I hope you found this reading insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.